Hi everyone. Welcome. Good morning. So a couple of things. This is the first time that I do a talk on this for this channel. So I'm a little rusty. Sorry about that. So, when we're talking about managing stress and anxiety, when we're trying something new, that can increase, right? That can increase stress, that can increase anxiety. So, totally normal. So I just wanted to, to let you guys know that sometimes just by trying something new, it's going to stress us out, or it might stress us out. And if it's something you're like looking forward to or not looking forward to, that can cause anxiety for that future, right? So I used to be so afraid of public speaking, and that created a ton of anxiety. Okay, so wanted to start with thank you for those who are here. Good morning, good morning. And what I wanted to start with is and also I started an hour earlier, so I'm sorry about that. So my name is Alex. Since maybe 2016, 2015, 2016, I've been helping to not only manage my own stress, my own anxiety, but helping other people as well. I've also been a certified coach, like a life coach, for over a decade. And I'm also a certified happiness trainer. So I am not a therapist. So I cannot, I don't want to say anything. I'm not even trying to use the words PTSD or anything like that. But I do have I've learned, I've studied, and I do have skills and techniques that I've learned from those two areas, both from the coaching side and from the happiness training side. Okay, so let's dig right in. If you have seen any of my stuff, I don't like to dilly dally and talk forever and ever. I like to give lots of value and content in the shortest period of time as possible because I know we have busy lives. So, the first thing I want to do, I want you to take your power back. And a lot of times, a very simple reframe in taking your power back is simply being willing to accept the role that you can take. So, as an example, if you're like, oh, that person makes me mad or makes me angry, well, then maybe they did something or doing something or did something. However, you can also take control of your emotions, your feelings. I mean, sometimes it's going to happen spontaneously, but you have the ability to have awareness and be like, oh, I'm really upset about this. And why? Right. And kind of dig a little deeper and take a pause. So that's what I'm saying when it's like you can take control, you can take the power back. Instead of giving the power away to them, they're doing something to you. You can realize, and I'll speak for myself, when I realized that I am in control of this part, it actually lessens the shame, lessens the those feelings, the guilt a lot of times. So let's start with a few things that I want to start. So let's still, think about on a scale from 1 to 10. How do you feel? And I have a little couple of notes here I'm referring to. So if you see me kind of gazing off, that's what I'm looking at. So on a scale from, I guess we could say from 0 to 10, right now in this moment, how do you feel as far as like stress and anxiety? Are you like 10, like, oh my God, I have so many things to do. I'm overwhelmed. I'm super anxious. I might have a panic attack. Are you 10 or are you at 0, which is totally calm, cool, and collected? So just take a mental note. If you have to, maybe close your eyes. I'm going to pause here for 10 seconds. Okay. So now that you know your number, keep that in mind. And what we're going to start with, technique number 1. I was going to have this kind of like as a fun bonus, but actually I realized, okay, this is actually a really powerful technique. So what I want you to do, if you can, is just wherever you're at, if you can, close your eyes. If you're driving or you can't close your eyes, then just do the breath. So we're going to do 5 deep breaths. And what doing this, it's super simple. You can do it in the moment, anytime you feel like it. It'll help to calm the nervous system. So our nervous system is reacting to things, sometimes consciously or unconsciously. But really, it's that unconscious part that we want to try to counteract by being really intentional with the breath. So let's go ahead and, if you can, close your eyes. I want you to take a really slow, deep inhale. And actually, if you can, put your hand on your heart and put your hand on your stomach, which is over your diaphragm. And we want the breath to be filling in the diaphragm, which is in your stomach area, versus in your chest. So you have a really heavy breath in your chest. That actually can be leading to additional stress. So you're actually not releasing that, but a diaphragmatic breath in your diaphragm actually helps to calm the nervous system. So you can try maybe on your first breath and see if you're doing that. And if your chest is not moving, then you're good. And just keep breathing that diaphragmatic breath. So let's take another breath. And one more deep breath. And just take a couple more breaths. And begin to do your final breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I'm actually super distracted because my dog's in here with me and he's like scratching and making a lot of noise. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. I got that behind. So take a mental note of how you feel right now. So on a scale from 0 to 10, just like we did, so I'll take a mental note now. So mine actually went down. Make a note. Let me know if you're on a zero scale from 0 to 10, if it went down from before doing the breaths. So I usually tell people to just take 3 breaths. So if you're feeling super stressed or anxious or angry or any feelings or emotions that are causing you to not feel good or to be, yeah, just have a reaction, then just take a pause and take 3 slow, deep breaths, a minimum. If you could do it for longer, 3 slow, deep breaths might take you 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, 45 seconds. 5 slow, deep breaths might take you a minute and a half max, right? So you could do that in the middle of your day. You could do that anytime. And again, what the breath does, it's a controlled action. So again, you're taking your power back to calm the nervous system. So it's one way for you to be able to, to manage and control whatever you're reacting to in the moment, and super easy to do. So I wanted to start with that one because, again, if you can take nothing else, take your couple of deep breaths whenever you're feeling anxious. Okay. So the second technique I want to share is something related to, we actually, humans have a negativity bias. So I think that this stems from the survival mode that our ancestors had to kind of be on alert and think the worst for survival. And so we have this tendency to think negatively, and we have tens of thousands of thoughts per day, and if most of those are negative, then imagine what's happening to you and what's happening to your body. And then we perpetuate a lot of these same thoughts every single day. We perpetuate a lot of the same thoughts. Now some of them are like routine and habitual stuff, right? That's not necessarily hurting you, but a lot of those other thoughts that are maybe not true can be hurting you because it can be keeping you down. They can be making you paranoid. They can be increasing your stress level. They can be making you overwhelmed. They can be increasing your anxiety, right? I feel like sometimes when I've had panic attacks, it's that a something triggered me in the moment, and it was a response in my body to have that panic attack. And so one thing you do is to counter again that negativity bias is a research based uh, technique that focuses on the good for 20 seconds. And we're going to do this now in a second. We're going to do an example. But the idea is that that is how long, 20 seconds is how long it takes for something positive, a positive thought, feeling, emotion to register deeply enough to start creating a new neural pathway in the brain. And so, because we have so much tendency to think negatively, what we want to do is shift that so that we think positively. So, what we want to do is so let's think of if you can think of something right now that either makes you happy or something around you that makes you happy. Okay. So, think about that. It could be a something in your presence that makes you happy, or it could be a pet or a family member or your loved one or something sweet that somebody did to you or something sweet you want to do to somebody. Even as I'm talking, I'm already smiling, right? So I'm already starting to feel good. So, what I want you to do is I want you to focus on that for 20 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and if you're doing it, you've already been doing it, but I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on for 20 seconds. And you have your memory. Do you have the thing that you're thinking of? Okay. And begin. Oh, okay, that's that scared me. So that was 20 seconds of thinking of one thing positively. Tell me how you feel, right? I feel happier already. Just something so simple as focusing. I actually focused on my dog. He's distracting me right now, but I focus on the good things about him. And that just makes me happy, right? So, again, that's how long it takes. 20 seconds is how long it takes to create a new neural pathway in your brain so that you can start to counter that negativity bias and start to create new positive thinking thoughts, positive feelings, reactions, responses. And that's not going to happen overnight, but it's one step closer to that. So the the first thing I said is the few deep breaths to calm the nervous system. The second one is the happiness response, the positivity response, 20 seconds to flip into or shift into a more positive state in the moment, right? And you again, this is something you could do if you're feeling really overwhelmed or really terrible in the moment, think about something positive for 20 seconds and that'll shift that feeling for you. So the third thing is also a research-based technique called the inner ease technique. And it's kind of like the love response. So we focus on love instead of the stress response. So that's a nervous system automatic response. That's the stress response. And so we want to shift that to feeling good. And so that's the love response. And what's really cool is not only does it make us feel better, but it actually has been shown to boost the immune system. And so overall, it's going to help you feel better overall. And I, as a generally happy person, actually, um, I've most of my life has been very healthy. I have a couple of little bouts of illness from time to time, but they're minor. I take some time off, and for the most part, my entire life, I've always been really healthy. And I think that's partially because I have the ability, I've always been happy, right? Of course, like I'll get into little bouts of depression, and of course, some things upset me and all that. But overall, I've been a very happy person. And I think that by shifting from even when I'm having those bad times, shifting to seeing things more positively and seeing the good in the situation and switching to love has actually helped me, has boosted my immune system for most of my life. And I got to remember that because I did get a little sick now during at the beginning of the year. And now I'm like, okay, reminding myself. So this is actually helping me too. Okay. I'm doing this selfishly as well so that I feel better and I can manage stress and anxiety. Okay, so let's go. This is the inner ease technique. And again, we want to close our eyes if you can. If you're driving or doing something where you can't, then just focus on this. So what you're going to want to do is put your hand on your heart again. And what that does is your hand on your heart actually begins to release oxytocin, which is known as like the love hormone, the love chemical, right? Releasing good feelings. So put your hand on your heart. And then I want you to imagine breathing in through your heart. So when you breathe, you're breathing into your heart. If you can, do that with your eyes closed. Take a breath or two, breathing into your heart. And this is called heart focused breathing. So take another couple of breaths, breathing into your heart. And now, what I want you to do is on your next few breaths, I want you to breathe in, focus on breathing in love, ease, and compassion. We're going to do, let's say, a few breaths doing this. Love, ease, and compassion. All right. So if you can do that for up to 5 minutes per day for the next few weeks, you're going to start to shift your happiness set point. You're going to just end up feeling better. And all that, again, is going to all create new neural pathways in your brain. So it's actually creating a physiological change in your body, not just a feel good in general, but it's actually going to be creating physiological shifts in your body. And so notice, I mean, this was all pretty quick. 3 techniques of the breath, the 20 seconds of positive thinking and feeling and emotion, and then the inner ease technique, which is breathing, heart focused breathing into your heart with your hand on your heart and breathing in love, ease, and compassion. So each one of these things you can just do for a minute or less, and it can shift the way you're feeling in the moment. And so I actually feel a lot calmer. I already started feeling pretty, I was pretty low to begin with. And I just feel so much peace right now, peace and calm. I feel really good. Even though there was a little bit of tech issues, like maybe that spiked my anxiety a little bit. And I'm sure you can hear my difference in my voice from when I started. I feel really calm, really peaceful. And let me know how you feel once you've done these 3 techniques. And if you need to pause or rewind and listen to it again, feel free. If you need to come back to this, go ahead. But I hope that this was really helpful for you. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day and weekend. If you liked these techniques, if you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this, let me know in the comments as well. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and I might do more of these. All right, everyone, have a blessed rest of your day. Remember to trust or at least listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, and take that seriously. And stay safe, stay thriving, and have a blessed rest of your weekend. Bye. If you found this video helpful, you may also enjoy this one. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more tips on dating intentionally toward holy matrimony. And God bless.